Hello, Dinesh. If you are speaking, we are unable to hear anything.
Hello. Can you able to hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, fine, guys. So now, so previously what we have done SCD implementation we have done. So now today, so what we are going to do is we will see so how to work with like store procedures in our Snowflake implementation, and then so what is the purpose of get DDL implementation? We will see these things in our session. So now let's come to, for example, if you observe the store procedures in our Snowflake, there is Snowflake has given the multiple options. So for example, so if you observe here, let me show you. For example, if you type store procedures, we have a multiple options like we can able to work with like Java scripting language. Initial releases, right? They have given the Java scripting, the language, and after that, so when it is coming to, so they have so introduced slowly the Python, and then from last 7 months onwards, so we have like they have introduced like SQL. By using SQL scripting language also we can able to implement a store processes. So this is how they have like the step by step they have like introduced. Now so let's see the JavaScript and then SQL. So I'm also new to this, so let me try to like explain the way. So for example, if you come to this implementation, let's come to first like store procedure. Before that, when we are implementing a task by using like JavaScript implementation, so we have like execution, one execution. For example, when it is coming to this one, this is like a store procedure execution, so which you have implemented to insert the data into the table. Now when it is coming to like it's a reusable implementation, right? Once it is created, we can able to like execute whenever we require. So for example here, let me come to this. So we are creating a table, and here what we require is we need to insert the data into this particular table. So by utilizing the store procedure, like we have created a table here. Now for this, if you observe the store procedure, this is the syntax, guys. The common like syntax when you are working with this. If you observe this here, so this one, we are going to create store procedure and then procedure name. This is a input value. This is input and data type. So we can able to pass multiple inputs also. And coming to return type, it is a string. It's a string, and then so giving the language. If you observe, see this one, language as JavaScript. We need to mention this language as JavaScript. If it is SQL, then language as SQL we need to mention. And so when we are working with double dollar is a like this is the syntax, double dollar we need to mention. And then within that, observe this one variable, we are assigning this to SQL command. This particular SQL command, what we are trying to do is we are inserting the values into this particular table, this particular table, employee table. So this is the column name, load time. And this load time, this is a column name, right? The from where the value will come from for this particular column, the value will come from colon 1. This is nothing but the value, this is passing from this binds. If you observe this here, see this one. So this particular thing, it is including in snowflake dot execute. snowflake.execute. This is syntax. Within this snowflake.execute, we are using SQL text. So it assigning this particular command, SQL command, we are assigning, what is the value? This is binds is nothing but value. For example, here we have only one column. If you have multiple columns, we will give comma and then other columns. This is one. Colon 1 means in a binds, whatever the value it is passing, that is the first value. So this is a today. And then, so this one, it is the return succeeded. So here what you are doing is, we are calling a value, we are passing a value to this. So to store present today, the value, that value will be assigned to the binds here. This bind will be so inserted into this particular value colon 1. So this particular thing execution we are doing in snowflake.execute within this SQL stage. Before that, we need to declare that particular SQL command as a variable. This is the so simple things what we can like perform. Let's observe this one. We created a store procedure now. We created a procedure. Now, if you wanted to execute it, just we need to implement call procedure name. So what exactly we are going to implement it. So let's observe this here. Call, what we will do is call, and then what is the procedure name? This is the procedure name which we have given. Procedure name, and then we are going to give the current timestamp. Current timestamp when you are giving, so this particular current timestamp we are assigning to this particular load time. This particular current timestamp, that is the input load time, we are assigning to this particular value. Then this value will be assigned to this, and then this procedure will be executed. What it will do, so within this procedure, so we are going to insert this particular value, right? So now let's observe this one. When you are executing, observe this, we have executed the procedure, and if you check the value here in this particular table, what is the table name? Employee table. Let's observe this. Select star from table name. Now let's run this. See this one. So we have load time, and then we have a ID, and then it has been inserted, right? Procedure. So employee name. So here we have a like the default values we have given, right? Incremented by this one in this particular table, and then employee name will be every time like Snowflake SF underscore pro, and then load time. We are inserting the load time here. If I wanted to run again, then what we will do? We are going to call one more time. Call the procedure. What the procedure will do again, it will assign that current timestamp to this particular the input parameter. This whatever the value we are assigning to the input parameter, it will be assigned to the binds. This binds will be assigned the pass the value to this particular the colon 1. So this is the process. Now we have so executed one more time. If you check one more time, see this one. So it has been inserted the data. This is by using JavaScript language, right? The same thing. So let's say if you wanted to like implement by utilizing the SQL language, SQL. Now let's observe some of the examples, good examples we can understand clearly. So if you observe this, see this one. So we can create. So here what you are trying to do is, we are trying to calculate the radius. Okay, all this example whatever we are discussing, right? So everything it is available here. So if you are so familiar with that, so just so try to explore it more on this. See this one, the all the examples. So whatever we are discussing here by implementing this implementation, so everything it is available here. So these are the some of the examples which we are discussing. Okay, the same examples. Now let's observe this here. So how to implement it? What we are trying to do is, we are trying to calculate area of circle. Area of circle, what is the formula? Pi square will be the formula, right? So we have to assign a value. So for the n, so this is the input value we are passing. When you are passing the value, so for that particular value we require a area of circle. So for that, so if you observe this, create or replace procedure name, we are passing integer number. Number we are passing one input we are passing, and then return. So float. So we have given, and then language. Observe this one. Previously language what we have given previously language is JavaScript. Now the language is SQL, and then as so $, and then we are declaring the column names. So whatever the columns we are utilizing, radii of circle and then area of circle. So both are the float, the data type, and then begin we are declaring, and then we are begin, and within the begin. So now observe this radii of circle. So here the colon, so colon equal to, so colon n. So this is nothing but, so we are passing. So previously in JavaScript what we have done, binds, right? This is by using binds we are going to pass. So by using this, so we are passing the values here. But here in the SQL, so SQL language we are passing. So by using the colon equal to colon n. So this one, what it will be, whatever the value we are giving it to this input, procedure input, that value will be assigned to radius of circle. This will be colon n, we are passing the same value, right? And area of circle, the pi square, pi multiply, this is like automatically it will calculate pi square multiply radius of circle into radius of circle. Now the return, what it will do is, area of circle it will return it will return this particular value, and then we have like the star begin, and then we have end, and then $end. Now let's create this. Now observe this one, we are creating this one. Now we created the store procedure, and if you wanted to execute this, call procedure and then input value. We are calling procedure area of circle, and then input value what we are passing, 4 we are passing. For that it is going to calculate radius of circle, and then it will give the value area of circle, sorry. Now let's observe this. If I give another value, once you created, we can use the same implementation n number of times, right? See this one, so we have given the value, it is calculating. So for example, if I give 10, then it is going to calculate, and then it will give the value. This is one example. Let's see another simple example. So let's say when you come to this one, for example, we have a table and we need to identify. So based on the, when we are passing some input value, and it has to give the result from the table, it has to pick the result from the table, automatically it has to pick the result. Now let's observe this. What we are doing is, we are creating a table, and we will insert some data into this. Created a table, so with ID, name, and then salary, and then I'm inserting some values into the table. Now we have table is available. Observe, star from table is MPL. This is a table. Now if I check, so this is the sum of the values, right? These are the sum of the values here. Okay, so now when you have these values, so now our requirement is, when you pass ID to the store procedure, it has to display their name and then salaries, their name and salaries. Just we are passing, whenever we are passing, instead of like running the complete where statement, we are, when we are passing the value, it has to display the specific, the result for that particular ID. For that, what we will do is, let's create a procedure. Observe this one. But we are creating here also procedure name, and then yet is the input, and return, so the table. So what we are having, ID, what we required, ID, name, and then price. So in the table, what we required is, these are the columns we required, and then language what we are using, SQL. And so declare, see this one, result. So we are using as a result set default value. So what we are giving in this particular SQL statement, select ID, name, salary from this particular table where ID equal to colon n, where ID equal to colon n. So this one particular n means nothing but whatever the value we are passing here. So this one, this result, so it will be so assigned to this res, right? And when you are begin, so return, so this particular return, so table, so res, this one table result, what it will give, the table result, whatever the result, it will be assigned to this particular thing, it will be assigned to this result, that value will be displayed to us. Now let's observe this, creating, we have created, and then when you are assigning some value, say this one, it has displayed the result. For example, if I give so 8, if ID so is available, then it will display. If it is not available, it will not. Now see this one, that particular record, it is not available here. For example, if I give 4, we can able to see that, right? So this is so one thing. So we are passing only one input to the processor, right? Let's take like multiple inputs here. For example, we will take another example, finding like multiple, like greater numbers by using like multiple 2 inputs. For example, our requirement is when you have 2 values, in the 2 values, it has to identify which is the greater number. Now, if you observe, create or replace procedure, and then return greater. So return greater, that is the procedure name. We have 2 inputs. One is number 1, another one is number 2. Observe this one, integer. So integer. So two numbers, 2 inputs, and then return. So integer. What it is going to return, integer. Language as SQL, the same thing. If, say this one, after the begin, if number 1 greater than number 2, then what it has to return is number 1. It has to return number 1. And else return number 2. End if. So we have like begin, and then so if statement we ended here, and then end. What it will do, if it is number 1 greater than like number 2, in the 2 numbers it will compare, it will display the highest value, it will display which one is the greater number, right? So now let's create a procedure for this. Sorry. And call return. See this one, we are passing 2 values. In this particular 2 values, we are calling the procedure name, and then we are passing the values, input values. In this, what it will do, it is going to give you the greater number from the result. Now observe this one. See this. What is the greater number here? 3 is the greater number, right? Okay. Now let's say, for example, if I assign some other values, 92 and 103. In this, which one will be the greater number? It is going to display the return, so greater number, the result, right? So like this, we can able to implement a store procedure. So if you want like any kind of like some kind of transformation logics need to be implemented, then they can able to use the store procedure. It depends on in our like a project team. So the if they are expert in Python, they will suggest like Python implementation. If they are expert in JavaScripting, so then they will go with JavaScripting. Or if they are like good with so we have like the scalar, right? Scalar functions, like by using the scalars, the Snowpark. This is so with a combination of the Scala implementation. If they are good with that, it depends on the requirement. So they will go with a different implementation, guys. Okay, so this is one thing. Now, if you observe one more implementation, so for example, let's observe this. We have here, this is only one environment, right? The account which you are seeing, this is one environment. It means, so we have a one account. In normally what will happen in our the projects, we will have different environments, right? Like dev, and then test, and then production, right? Dev environment, test environment, and then production environment. These are the environments it will be there. Now our requirement is, for example, sometimes in my case, dev and test both we are maintaining in my only one environment only. And then production environment, we have a separate account. So in, for example, so now we wanted to move all our code to production environment or another environment. Whatever the things we have done here, right? Whatever the things, whatever the tables we have created, so whatever it is available here, the everything. So I wanted to move it to another environment. So if within this particular account, what you can do, we can able to clone, right? We can able to clone, we can like a class underscore test, and then we can utilize, for example, the create database class underscore test clone from so class. When you do this, what will happen here? It is going to create a new database, right? And then who required the permissions? For example, I wanted to give the access to all the testers for this particular account, for this particular database. Then we can maintain separately, and then we can give by using role-based access controls, we can give the specific users to access this particular the database, right? The new database is created. So this is one way. See, this one class test database is created. For the testers, we can able to give this access, give this database access. But let's suppose we need to maintain separately, separate account, then URL will be a different. And in this particular situations, what we will do is we have a option called get DDL. We are going to export the complete code, and then we will give it to CI/CD team. So we will have, if you have the DevOps team, we will give it to them. We will upload that into a GitHub environment, or we will send all the details to them in a one versioning like a tool, any versioning tool, we will update it in a documentation. For example, if you wanted to get DDL, if you wanted specific object, we can able to export, or you can export the complete schema, or you can export the complete database also. So if you observe here, get DDL implementation, so you can able to see get DDL. This is, so we can able to perform it by the different implementations. So let's say here, so given get a DDL, we can able to utilize this. Let's observe this one. See this one. We have a different options. You can implement task. You can implement if you wanted to move only pipes, tasks, or views, specific views. So only the specific schema, or so only the table, whatever it may be. So only the specific procedure, so specific implementation, we can able to implement it. Now let's observe this here. So how to do that? Let's come here, and for example, we want, okay, let's come to the schema first. We wanted to export only this public schema, so we don't want this particular schema, right? In that particular situation, what we will do is select get DDL. We will give the schema what you are trying to export, and then public. What it will give is, it will give the complete script, whatever it is available here in this, whatever we have done. So have you created a tables, or if you create any task, if you create any kind of the streams, whatever it may be, everything you will get it in this particular script. Now observe this, what you are doing, select get DDL, we have given a schema and then public. Now let's run this. If you run, see this one, we got the script. If I try to copy this, and then if you observe this one, you can able to see the complete information. See this one, complete script it has given, right? So creating a public schema and then creating a table and then different types of tables, transient tables, temporary tables, permanent tables. See this one, the complete information. Along with that, if you observe the task creation, whatever the task we have created in that particular schema, so whatever the file format, so file format we have created, so everything, the complete thing, so it is going to give it in a get DDL script. What we will do, this script we will submit to the CA/CD team. They are going to run that particular script in the higher environment. So we will not have access to the production environment. They will run the script and then they will, so we will have a read only access. We have to validate it. For example, now if I wanted to like complete a database, so along with all the schemas, so I want this schema and then complete database I required, then we can give get DDL database and then class, right? What is the database we wanted to export? This particular class database. Now let's run this. If you observe this here, now copy this complete thing and then observe this here, what it has given. See this one, database. Under that, what all the schema is there? The one is new schema is there. So in the new schema, what are the things it is available? It has created. So after that, you will have another schema will be there. That schema also it will be created, and then you can able to see the complete information related to so all the implementation. See this one, the complete thing, right? You can able to see that. So what all the things it is available? So which, see this one. So this is for the another schema, public schema. So above one is for the, this one is for the new my schema, right? So everything, so whatever we have done in this particular database, the complete thing, if you wanted to move it, then we can able to move it. If you wanted to move only the task, if you wanted to move only like the schema level, or if you wanted to move the only specific implement specific like streams, whatever it may be, you can able to use a get DDL and then you can able to export this particular script and then you can able to give it to them. Okay, so this is the option how we can able to perform, guys. Okay, so this is about get DDL, and let's come to the thing related to, and so we have one more thing like search optimization. To discuss this, like just it's a like one like a mechanism, it's a like kind of serverless future the Snowflake has given, but so due to like a pricing perspective, we will like it's very like limited, very limited, we won't enable this. Generally what will happen is, if you observe this search optimization on a table, if you enable this, what it is going to do is the clustering in the backend, right? The we observe that clustering key implementation, right? The same way here, it is going to pick automatically, it is going to like the implement the things, so and it is going to perform the implementation for the search optimization uh, syntaxes. So only the thing is what you need to do is you need to enable that on a particular table. Like for example here, if you observe, yeah, if you observe some examples, what it will do is, see this one, it will improve the performance and then search optimization. So it is going to optimize the service access paths, and then when you configure for a table, it will maintain a service created by the search path in the, so the tables basically, right? So never like utilize this one. So but so this is the future what they have given the implementation. So what I will do is I will try to pick a example for this, and then so if possible I will create a video, and then I will upload it, guys. Okay, so don't so these are the topics so which we have covered on regular basis. Okay, what we will do is, if please let me know. So if you required any specific related information or any specific topics, right? So going forward also, so I will try to like uh, so keep it with simple as with the examples, and then so it should be understand by everyone, right? I will try to create a video and then I will upload in the drive, guys. Don't think that the once the classes is completed, we should not reach Dinesh again. It's not like that. It's a continuous learning, right? I believe in that. So maybe I will not get a chance to work on the different implementations, but definitely please let me know. So I will try to implement the things in our system, and then so I will implement it. Yeah, architect roles and responsibilities, Swati. What we can do is, so this related to we need to one more thing, guys. Here, if you observe, related to architect, right? We are morely focused on like uh, the functionality and then integrations. For example, when you are working with other tools, for example, you need to pull the data from AWS to Snowflake, and then so how to create integration objects, and then what are the challenges we are going to face, and then if any reporting guys it is required the data, and then what will be the tables need to be created. So what is the approach, and then what is the best the way we can able to follow. So these higher level implementations will be always, most of the time, the architects will be interacted with the business users, and then you need to create a kind of let's understanding documents what exactly they are expecting, and then you need to tell to the team so what is the way forward so to implement that. For example, if you observe SCD implementation, right? We can able to perform it in ETL tool, or we can able to perform it in our Snowflake also, but what will be the columns we need to take care. So these kind of the things we need to understand clearly, and then we have to tell to the team. So moreover, this will be the kind of um, higher level implementation responsibilities the architects will take care. And so at the same time, the complete, in some organization, the complete design, so you need to take care the end to end the flow, from picking the data from inbound systems, and then how to maintain the data in a tables, and then how many years of the data it's required, and then what will be the so sometimes you need to decide what will be the edition you have to use, which edition you have to use, what all the features it will be available, and what are the other integrations if it is required. For example, sometimes they may ask, so okay, I don't want to spend much time, so I wanted to utilize any ETL tool for my business transformation logics. Then you will have some partner connects here, right? So you need to tell them so which one so will be suitable for them based on their requirement, based on the budget. And then if they are having already existing ETL tool, for example, these are the Snowflake partner connects, right? Here, if you observe, these are the new Snowflake partner connects. These are the so available for the so free trial. So this one, so it will have the free utilizations, but so there is some limitations. For example, if you observe Informatica, see this one, so we can connect to this Snowflake and then we can utilize, but only the limitation is, see this one, 1 billion rows per month is a free. After that, you need to purchase Informatica license. It's very costly, right? So same way you have, instead of this, you have a Matillion. This is a free open source. So you can so connect with this. So just if you wanted to, so just if you wanted to connect with this, and then if you wanted to explore, just you can able to utilize see this one, just click on that, automatically it will be connected. The database will be created, warehouse will be created for this, and then user will be created, and then password it will be auto generated. It will give it to your email ID. So once it is created, now if you observe, for example, which database you need to give the access for this implementations for this ETL tool. For example, I will give class database, and then if I click on connect, right, the everything will be automatically configured, and then you will get a link to connect and then activation. Then you can able to work with that. See, this one partner connect has been created. It's so ready to activate, right? So once it is activated, so you can able to work with that. You can able to you have given the database class database, right? Class database. The same way, for example, if you observe the ClickView, this is a reporting tool, right? ClickView is a reporting tool. And then talent, so this is again the ETL tool. So like this we have like a different tools, so which is like integrations which is available. So just we need to like explore, and then we need to see what is the good futures, and then so what is the hard stops so we have if you are implementing. And then those things like a positive and negatives we have to tell to the, and then we should be in a deciding situation. So that is the things, most of the time architects will do like a kind of a POCs and then implementation and integrations. So we have to tell them something and run. Okay, Snowflake support, it is not accepting. Let me check. Click you.
And Dinesh, the videos for SCD are not uploaded.
It, let me just a minute. Let me check once. I informed them. Not, don't know. They're doing. I'm very sorry, guys. I will ask them to do it on priority basis. And then here I have given some certification dumps, right? Before going to the certification, right? Please let me know at least 1 week before if I gathered any like a new documents related to certification dumps. I will update it to you. You can direct message me in WhatsApp. I will update you. So for any new documentation, and what I will do is I will upload some CVs here for sample CVs. So for your if you are creating any CVs, so please create a CV and then send it to me. I will validate it once. I will cross check once. If any changes it is required, I will guide you. And at the same time, so based on your project, right? So whatever the project you are going to keep, so based on that, I will give you some generic the project explanation for you. So if anyone it is required, so how to convey that your project into Snowflake, I will take care of that. You can able to convert that, and then you can able to explain in the interviews. So that support I will give you. That's not a, that's, don't worry about that. Okay. So I
Do you have
will
any
the
sample
CVs here.
project plans or any, I mean,
Yes, I have created. Okay, I will share it individually. Okay,
Okay.
I will do that. Yeah.
And do you have any kind of interview questions that?
Yes, we have I will do that both the things like interview questions as well as the sample
Resume.
projects. Yeah. So just a
And
minute. I will do it right away.
And Dinesh,
This
I heard
this
like
I have
uh,
uploaded already.
there's a change in certification pattern and all. Is it, how is that now?
No, it's almost similar only. Just they have increased the price, and so they have like the increased time also, I think. So now it is around 100 questions.
Okay.
Only it's only the objective only.
Mm-hmm.
This is a different one. This is not a consolidated one. Let me.
ಒಂದು ಸಮಯಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇಸ್ತೇನೆ ಈಗ
Yeah. I have uploaded some of the documents here. So for the samples, but don't utilize the same thing. So this is just for your reference purpose for the project reference and then roles and responsibilities reference case. Okay. So, but don't utilize the same thing. Okay. It will be shared with so many students, right? So if you utilize it, will be duplicated. Okay. Don't use that. Yeah. Okay, guys. Really, I'm so one thing is really sorry for this. The batch has taken very long time due to my some other personal issues. Really sorry for that. So it has to be so finished almost so 1 week before it should be finished, but it has taken so long time. So sorry for that, guys. Yeah. And so for everyone, so please practice. If you have any questions in your project or if you are so not understanding anything, please reach me directly. Okay, so I will be available. If you won't get immediate reply also, but definitely I will reply it back, guys. Okay, so thank you very much for your time, and then all the best, everyone. Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you for that. Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks all. Yeah,
Hey,
all the
Dinesh,
best, guys. Yeah, Mohan. Yeah, tell me, Mohan.
have a small question here.
Yes, Mohan.
Could you please go back to the sheet where you have actually executed the procedure for the first time with
Procedure.
the JavaScript? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. This
And the SQL as well. Yeah. So
both is
the
available.
values, yeah, this
Mm.
is kind of a template only, right? Yeah. I mean,
Correct. This
I've
is a
read
template.
template.
Yes.
So whatever the SQL that we wanted to
We
execute,
can
that
able
should
to include
be.
it here. Yeah.
So this is like across any kind of like operations that we do
Any
with the
kind.
JavaScript. This is the template.
This
Is
is
it?
the template. Yes, exactly.
So yeah, currently you have actually passed only one value
Correct.
currently, but the same table, let's say if I want to pass the employee name as well
For
along
example,
with the,
here
yeah.
it will be name will be there here, and then here what we will do is we will give comma and then values, that is colon 2. This is the
Okay,
option.
okay. So comma separated values.
Yes.
Okay, so binds. So binds is like parameters that we
Branches.
need to pass it to
Yes.
the again
Pass it
SQL
to the
comments.
again. Yes, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, what about the SQL at the same time? Like SQL, I
SQL
see.
also it will be the same. So you have colon n. We are passing it to the colon n. The same thing.
Okay, so basically colon equal to is the
Colon equal to is the
separator.
syntax. Exactly.
Okay, okay. Assignment operator.
Yes, exactly.
So in that, I mean, here first we received integer into radius of circle,
Mm,
a variable, and
yes,
then we pass on to the next one.
this one.
So
Yes.
what if what if I mean,
Mm,
can I directly use instead of like radius, assign it to another variable and then use it in calculation? Can we directly take like colon n instead of radius of circle?
colon n here.
Yeah,
No, so we
will
need we
that
need
work?
to no, it will not work. So we need to pass that first, and then we need to assign. It's kind
Okay,
of
okay. So
reusability, right? Yeah.
This colon n is a bind variable, means like in PL SQL, if
Mm,
you are getting a parameter, you can directly use it.
pass it.
Uh, no, if like this is a PL SQL procedure, if we assume that this is a PL SQL procedure, then when we are getting a value in n, we can use n directly. That is, we don't need to use colon before n.
No. So it means no. What Mohan is asking is, did you need to assign this to radius of circle, or we can use directly the colon n here multiplied. So instead of this colon n, can you able to pass directly?
correct.
So for example, see here everywhere also we are using the same thing. We are assigning here. We are directly using number 1 and number 2.
Yeah, that's what my
Let me cross check.
question also.
For example, colon n multiply colon
Yeah,
n.
in here we used like colon n, but in the other example we straight away used the same variables.
The value, yes.
Number
Variables
one,
we have
number
used. Number
underscore
one, number
one, number underscore
two.
two in the next
Yes.
example.
Let me remove this and then let me try this one. Whether it is going to accept or not, let's see. If you wanted to reuse it again and again, we have to use it. Okay. It's accepted. Let me check. Yeah. We can
Okay,
able to
okay.
use
So then
it.
we can use it
We
directly.
can use it. If you
Yeah.
declare it, what will happen is we will be the more clear. So what is that particular value?
Okay, okay. So
Mhm.
colon and in the next example, can we scroll down a little bit?
Yeah,
Yeah, in the like
this one.
finding out the greater value.
Greater value.
There
This one.
we just passed the number underscore one, number underscore two integer data types. So we directly used it. I mean, we haven't used colon number underscore one or colon underscore two. We directly use the same variables as is
Same variables.
here. Yeah. So
Okay. So
is that
here,
possible?
when
Like,
yeah.
can we
So
remove colon?
this one here. You meant to say here, right?
Correct, correct. Yeah, yeah.
And one more thing, Dinesh, like once these procedures are compiled, like they will be stored like what they get stored in Oracle, and we can call it in all our codes, like everywhere. They are
Yes,
globally.
yes, everywhere we can able to. See, whatever the procedures we have created, everything it is available. I will show you. If you observe,
So
show, yes,
no
we can
syntax
able to.
errors. Yeah,
No
it went fine. Okay.
Yeah. We
So
can able to pass it.
colon is
When you are assigning colon equal to, and then colon, when you are assigning to some variable. If you
okay.
are to use directly, then we can use directly.
Okay. Can we execute the same? I mean, the JavaScript one once again with the
Sure.
two.
Sure.
Yeah, this one. because binds JavaScript, we have like lists and tuples and everything. So
Mm-hmm.
whether it can parse it properly or not, I just wanted to check.
I'm not sure. So we have only today we have given.
Yeah, that we have to change. Yeah, anyways, we have to like add the arguments, number of arguments, and make, if possible, we can make it default
Just I
directly.
will give.
Employee name. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, it should be good.
Let's see.
Name. It's a character,
Sorry.
varchar or string.
Yeah, I will give it as a worker.
It shouldn't have any syntax errors. Okay, now syntax. Oh, okay. So we
It's
try
created.
executing. Yeah, now the current step, comma, and some other name. Yeah. So see, when we are creating the store procedure, it is not actually validating anything in the script. It simply stored that script.
Mm-hmm.
Position
Example,
40,
let me give you. Let's check. Do we have any other? This one, right? This one we had.
Yeah, not that.
This one only
Employee
we have.
employee data.
Employee processor. Yeah. Mm. Ten succeeded.
Two places where
Maybe
I
something we
suspect
missed
something.
it here.
Values.
Mm-hmm.
One is
One is
values, and the second one binds. Probably I'm expecting to have like binds as a list. So the variable should be in a same enclosure,
like
like
this.
square brackets. Yeah, this way, maybe. Yeah.
Let me check.
Yeah, for every change, I mean, I don't see any
Any
errors or anything. It's
any errors?
simply,
Let me try.
yeah. When I read somewhere in the documentation, the
It's simply
currently,
we
yeah,
don't have any
currently it is,
compilation.
yeah,
Yes, that is true.
it's not correctly parsed if we don't like use the dollars as an enclosure of for the script. That's what I see, but other validations, I haven't, seen any information regarding the validation of
Okay.
the script or something. Binds position 27 stress. Can we see the documentation for values? How we can pass the values for the JavaScript?
Yeah, let me check. only everywhere one input they are passing. Let me check. This is for a time value.
Yeah, here 2 times term.
This is also one thing only.
Command column 1. By
Single
instance.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. Select.
Let me check any other example.
Can we just use the inside this values we can we pass the variables as a tuple, like within the same parenthesis, can we use like colon 1 colon 2 or something?
Here you are talking about.
Yeah, in our sheet worksheet. So instead of like values inside the same, yeah, merge these two.
Like this?
Can we try this one?
So it has to accept
Yeah,
everything.
this is correct.
Yeah.
Execution error. Name is not defined. Where is the name?
Binds today command name here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, employee, insert into employee load time comma name. Or name comma load time. What is the order of the table columns? Employee ID integer.
Let me use the same name.
Yeah,
and
first
then
one name. Name should be the first one, right? Here
yeah.
no. Line number 10, inside insert into employee. Okay. It should be say in the same parenthesis. Yeah. This might. Can we try this one?
Yeah. Just a minute. Here also we need to change.
Okay.
Because it should be in order.
Order. Okay.
Now the one will be
employee name, right?
Yeah.
And this one also. I think variable referencing is okay. Whichever the order can be okay, but
let's try 1 and 2, and then 1 and 2.
compilation of line 1.
Snowflake.execute. Snowflake.execute employee name.
Compilation error. Scale compilation. Can we just run the insert command? Insert into employee name load time, but yeah, that one with the values with the yeah, we can run by editing the command. Insert into employee name load time is correct. 20 invalid identifier, employee name. Maybe I'm employee underscore name.
We have is this because of default value we have given?
If we insert anything, any other than that,
Yes, it will take.
should take, right? So,
It is where only it has to.
uh,
Let me create an empty table and then let me try.
at this time, maybe if you want, you can remove the default. Data type. So basically, this worksheet doesn't show any validation syntax error or any other
No, for procedures.
errors. No, for any SQL, I think this
No,
is
no,
not
it will
actually.
show. For example, if you observe, see this one. If I try to implement it.
Yeah, if we want to execute it, then, but
See this.
without executing, if you just select or
Okay, got it.
if you write
No,
it,
no,
it
it
won't
it won't.
automatically validate
It
it.
won't automatically. It will not give anything.
Yeah.
Same order will follow. Let me try.
Okay. Oh, is this the new syntax, like create or replace table?
Create or replace we can use.
Okay.
And then values 1.
Dinesh, one thing,
Yes, yes.
I see a problem in insert, like you have mentioned, why did you mention this integer employee ID, then integer, and then employee name varchar? I think you should omit this, na? Why? Why this?
Which one?
In insert, come to this insert, this var SQL command, this. I
No,
think this
line
is
number
wrong.
17. Line number
Insert into
17.
employee. We have
After
Yeah,
employee ID,
we
why
we don't need the
integer?
data types.
column data types. Okay, okay.
And then where this.
Yeah,
Then
maybe typo.
Just take copy paste. Yeah. Now ID, name, and then load time. This is
Yeah, first we'll try with the insert into
insert into
the
will work now. I think. Like for example, insert into to say yeah.
so
It works.
Number of host, number of rows and circle 1. Okay.
ID, name, and then today we have given the values here. Now
Okay.
let's check this. Now it is showing
JavaScript
error.
does not support type number.
Where have you mentioned this 38?
Number, where is the number? Oh, integer. JavaScript supports integer.
It is not
Yeah,
allowing.
these are the primitive data types, right? Definitely, I mean, any
Let me
language
check this one.
supports this.
No. In inputs, so procedure when you are passing the numbers and integers, it will not support. We have to use varchar. I like face this situation. So previous also.
Okay.
Now it accepted. Okay. Now let's try this. ID position to insert into ID name load time. Syntax is correct only, right?
Insert into employee. Should it be in a single line?
No, that doesn't matter.
Because in Python, if we have to use triple quotes only, if we want to assign any multi-line statement, we have to
Oh,
use enclose the statement within the triple quotes. I mean, 3 single quotes or 3 double
okay.
quotes.
It is giving the position ID name today.
Unexpected. So yeah, it should be a single in a single square bracket. Can we try that?
Single square bracket.
Yeah,
Or
because that is the list representation.
yeah, let's try.
No.
Let me check any other examples we have. Here also only one. Everywhere we are seeing, okay. we have two here. Return float param, return JavaScript. There is no example for this. Null.
And somewhere I see them, they presented the variables in the dollar curly braces. So instead of like colon 1,
Mhm.
we use that, but and I couldn't
No,
find it.
that will be different.
Procedure. Saying something.
Yes. Let's check.
Binds. What is the binds then? And what is the syntax?
One second, guys.
Yeah. So
Mohan, I will cross check once and then we'll see.
okay.
I
Okay.
will check the things. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Yeah. Bye.
Bye.